Hi, my name is Chris Dosher. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. I'm going to be sharing a presentation about Unity Prep High School. This is for accepted students and families. We're going to get started in just 1 minute, just going through a few tech things to make sure everything's running smoothly. Thank you for your patience. We'll get started in just a minute. All right, we will get started. So throughout the presentation, I do have the YouTube chat feature on. There'll be 2 points in the presentation where you'll be able to ask questions, once at the very beginning and once at the end of the presentation. So let's get started. I wanted to ask you guys before we get started, what in your opinion makes a high school great? And you could ask questions in the chat feature. So again, the question is, what in your opinion makes a high school great? I'm going to give you a minute to ans- answer this question in your opinion in the chat feature, and then we'll go from there. Oh, I see Jan wrote programs. I love that. I think Unity Prep High School has some great programming. We've got lots of extracurriculars. I see Catherine Fairburn wrote the academics and sports program. So we do have a really strong academic program at Unity Prep High School that I'm really proud of that we'll talk through the presentation this evening, including college classes, college preparation classes, opportunities for students to earn college credits in their high school classes. We are a college career readiness school, so we truly believe all of our students have the opportunity to go on to college. High school that prepares you for college. Thank you, Yanira, for that comment. All of our students actually take CCR, a college and career readiness course, all 4 years of being a Unity Prep student, really preparing them for college from day one. The teaching staff, academic program, and extracurricular, yeah, we have an incredible teaching staff. We ask all of our teachers to have at least 3 year experience before starting at Unity Prep. Our academic program is incredibly strong. I'm proud of it. We're an advanced placement for all schools, so all of our students have opportunities to take college level classes, which we'll get into in just a minute. Cool. Thank you all so much for sharing. So I'm going to jump back to my presentation. Great. So Unity's mission is to empower students as scholars and citizens so they may lead fulfilling academic, professional, and personal lives. That's our mission for both our middle school and our high school site. One word that really stands out for me in our mission is empower. The definition of empower is to give someone the authority or power to do something, or make someone stronger and more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. I really like the second definition of empower. I truly believe Unity Prep is looking to empower our scholars every day, making them stronger and more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights, preparing them for anything that might come their way after high school. What makes Unity High unique? What makes our school special? We have a rigorous liberal arts and sciences and education. So in your scholars math class, they'll really become a mathematician. In their history class, they're going to become a historian and debate important topics in history. In their science class, they're going to become a scientist. We actually just dissected frogs a few weeks ago in our science class. And in our English classes, they're going to become great readers, writers, and speakers. We have graduation requirements that go beyond the New York City Department of Ed requirements, whereas passing at a New York City Department of Ed school is a 65. At Unity, it's actually a 70. In addition, we have different levels of diplomas. So we have our students aspire to get the Unity Honors Diploma, which has additional requirements for graduation, including community service requirements and civic engagement requirements. Unity Prep High School has really small classes with no more than 25 students, often with 2 teachers in the room. Whereas in a lot of New York City Department of Ed schools, you might have up to 30 or 35 students in a class. We cap all of our classes at 25. If any of you had gotten a chance to visit earlier this year, you'll see that our no more than 25 students can fit in the classroom. We have really small classes where students can receive individualized support from each of their teachers. Jupiter Grades, the last bullet here, that's our information system where parents have access and students have access to see grades, attendance, they email the teachers, and any school-wide announcements. It's our student information system that you can access from your phone, from a computer, or from a laptop. At Unity High, we have an emphasis on technology, including computer science and coding courses. In this 21st century, whereas you're on YouTube Live right now streaming and so many jobs and so much is required based on technology, computer science is actually built into our curriculum. We have individualized teacher support, including after-school weekend office hours, where students receive one-on-one tutoring. So during the normal academic year, our teachers are available every day after school, really making sure your student is on track to pass all their classes, do well in their classes, and graduate within 4 years with an advanced Regents Unity diploma and be prepared for college. Positive and supportive school community. Unity Prep really does feel like a family. Even though I typically work in the main office, I know all the students, the parents, I see them all every day. In such a small school as Unity, where we have less than 300 students across all 4 grade levels, it really does feel like a supportive family. Advanced placement. So advanced placement is a term that's used nationwide and actually around the world. It describes college level classes that students take in high school. So the advanced placement is a pretty common program used in schools across the city and across the country. So these are college level classes that students will work really hard in, and then at the end of the year, they take a test. All depending on how they do on that one test will let the College Board know if they could earn college credits while they're in high school. And yes, a lot of schools do offer advanced placement classes, but what makes Unity special, we're an open enrollment advanced placement for all school. What that means, we encourage all of our scholars to take advanced placement classes. Whereas in a lot of New York City Department of Ed schools, you might have to have a minimum GPA as a freshman to get into these classes as a sophomore. At Unity, that's not what we believe. We believe all students should at least have the opportunity to take these advanced placement college level classes. Unity is actually one of 4 charter high schools that's an AP for all school. Right now, 85% of our seniors have completed at least one advanced placement course. Right now, we have advanced placement courses available in English language and literature, computer science, environmental science, visual art design, U.S. history, world history, AP seminar, a writing-based course, biology, and calculus. So you can see across the math, science, English, and social studies, we have a variety of advanced placement college level classes where students can earn credits while they're in high school, which saves parents money because often in college you have to pay per credit, and saves your students time because when they start college, they might have enough credits to be a sophomore and to graduate college early. Unity Prep is in many ways a college preparatory school. Across our hallways, we've got plenty of college banners. We name our advisories after colleges. Uh, Within our Unity Prep curriculum, all of our students take a class called CCR, College and Career Readiness, where we teach a program called 4 plus 4 equals 40, which might sound like some weird math. It's that your 4 years of high school plus your 4 years of college equals the next 40 years of your life. So it's starting to get students thinking about how their decisions as early as freshman year of high school might impact them for the rest of their lives. We have strong internship and job shadowing programs, whereas on Fridays, students have a half day. Some of our seniors might be interning in the city at Google. We partner with plenty of local organizations, including College Now programs where students can earn college credits on the college campus in addition to their AP classes. Whenever we have a field trip, we try to make a college visit nearby as well. And earlier in February, on the 14th, we had a career fair. We had over 50 professionals from different fields come to Unity and talk to our scholars about what they do. In addition, we want to make sure your student has the right resources to be able to get into college, including an SAT prep curriculum built into our college and career readiness classes. And as parents, caregivers, we want to help you as well. So we have FAFSA financial aid workshops, college application workshops in the evening hours where we invite our parents to our school to help you and your scholar apply for colleges together. Extracurricular activities, one of my favorite things. Even though we're a small school at Unity Prep, we've got a lot going on, including boys and girls basketball, cheerleading, culinary arts, dance, DJ Mixmaster, Double Dutch, fashion design, filmmaking, flag football, graphic design, honor society, soccer, step, theater, track and field, visual and studio arts, volleyball, and wrestling. And I feel like there's probably a few clubs that are even missing from this list. This is one picture that I'm particularly proud of. This is our annual student versus staff basketball match that was at the Barclays Center this last year. Daily schedule, some more logistical stuff. The doors open every day at 7:45 a.m. We serve a breakfast every morning. School starts at 8 a.m. We do have 50-minute periods with 3-minute transitions between classes. Classes end at 3:01 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays. Classes end at 3:24 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do have a slightly shorter day on Fridays when students get out at 1:41 p.m. Student dress code. So Unity Prep does have a dress code. It's designed to ensure that students are able to focus on learning and feel professional, safe, and respected while practicing to dress appropriately for academic and professional settings. Students will be required to wear official Unity tops to school each day. These tops can be purchased through Flynn O'Hara or UnityPrepUniforms.com. We want to give options to our parents, to our caregivers, and to our scholars. In terms of the Unity Prep top, we have polo options, t-shirt options. You see on this slide, we've got the Unity Prep Pride Panther sweatshirt. And for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, we had a Unity in Pink fundraiser. Official Unity tops and t-shirts and sweatshirts, meaning they have been purchased or received from the school, are also allowed. In terms of pants, students may wear solid colored and logo-free bottoms that are ankle length, calf length, or knee length. Students can wear jeans as long as the jeans are solid in color and don't have any rips. Sweatpants are not allowed. Gym shorts are not allowed. Dress pants are definitely allowed. Any uniform questions, you can reach out to me separately. We do provide off-campus lunch privileges. We're in the beautiful neighborhood of North Williamsburg, so students can earn off-campus lunch, and it's something they really look forward to. If students are passing all their classes throughout the school year, they're on time to classes and on time to school, they're earning pride points, essentially doing just the right things in their classes without any behavior infractions. And of course, with a signed permission slip from the parents, students can earn the ability to go off campus for lunch every day. We do have a zero tolerance policy for lateness. If a student comes back late from their off-campus lunch, it is a privilege that they will lose. We do have a cell phone free policy at Unity Prep High School. So what that means, we're a cell phone free learning environment. Unity cell phone policy is designed to minimize the major and frequent disruptions. In this 21st century, we're also addicted to our social media accounts, myself included. We utilize a cell phone free policy at Unity. Students put their cell phones in a locked Yonder pouch, and they hold the pouch on them throughout the day. but they are not allowed to use the phone. So it's like a magnetically locked pouch. When students leave the school at the end of the day, we put it up to an unlocker, and they're able to use their phone after they leave the building. If a student has off-campus lunch privileges, they are able to use their phone when they're outside of the building only. If for any reason you need to get in touch with your scholar throughout the day, somebody is always in the main office answering the phone. Our neighborhood, Unity Prep High School, is located in North Williamsburg at 584 Driggs Avenue. You can take the L train to Bedford, is 1 block away. The G train to Metropolitan is about a 7-minute walk. The JMZ trains you can take to Marcy, it's about a 15-minute walk, or very close to the B48, B62, and Q59 buses. Next steps. I want to say congratulations again on being accepted. April and May 2020, we'll have registration phone calls with accepted students to go over the enrollment packet and help you complete it over the phone, in addition to collecting the paperwork that was outlined in the Friday's email. August 2020, we'll have summer programming and orientation for new students. And then on September in 2020, later this year, we'll have our first day of school. So we will now be taking questions. If you hold on for 1 minute, I actually am very excited that we'll be calling two students, Sarah and Leslie, who are seniors at Unity Prep High School, and they'll be able to answer questions with me. So I'm going to put it on hold for 1 minute while I call Sarah and Leslie and bring them into the video conference.
Hi, Mr. Dosher.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Finding yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm going to call in Leslie as well. Just give me 1 second.
All right. Hi.
Hi, is this Leslie?
Hello.
Hi, Leslie. How are you? It's Mr. Dosher.
Mr. Dosher.
Cool. So I am so excited you guys were both able to join me today. So right now, parents can hear you, but they obviously can't see you. So there is a YouTube live chat feature. I want to say thank you again so much for joining me this afternoon. So we are hosting right now a open house. These are students who have been accepted to Unity Prep High School for next school year.
That's good.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It is. So I wanted to, right now I am loading the chat, and I want to see, to our prospective applicants out there, are there any questions? Does the school follow the DOE calendar? So our calendar is close to the DOE calendar, but we might have school on additional few days, like the Jewish holidays or Veterans Day. Leslie and Sarah, I see a question about transportation. How do you guys get to school every day?
So, go ahead, Leslie.
Oh, me and Sarah live next to each other. We live in Bed-Stuy by the middle school. So we take either the 52 to the L train, and it leads us right in by the school, or we could take the 43 to the L, 2 stops, and it leads us by the school, or we take the 52 to the J, and then it leads us by the B62 that's literally right behind the school. So like 3 different ways that we could go to the school.
Cool. And then as far as like, does the school give you a Metro card?
Yeah, Google
And
Card.
Great. Somebody asked an interesting question. They said, "Is there a lot of drama at your school?"
I mean, honestly, it's high school, so like every high school has drama. But the way how Unity works, Unity tries to make sure that they like nip everything in the bud by having like mediations or conferences with like the deans and stuff. So like they try their best to like limit the drama.
Cool. Thank you for that. Somebody else, is the student body diverse? I'll take this one. I say we're very diverse in terms of our students come from a wide variety of financial backgrounds. Some of our teachers are temporarily housed. So we do have a very diverse student body in that regards. Sarah and Leslie, I have a question for you guys. I know you guys are seniors and you've both been at Unity since sixth grade. Big picture, what do you think your favorite thing about Unity is?
Oh, the step team, of course. The step team is probably. I love my step team. The extracurricular Unity has like a good like with their coaches. It's clear like the basketball coach, the step coach, the cheer coach, like they're really invested in like their student athletes. So like that's always a good thing.
It's awesome.
yeah,
Leslie,
like
what about you? Anything else?
one thing about Unity, when it comes to like sports like basketball, step, all different sports that we have in the school, Unity comes together as like a big family. We always support each other. We go to every game, all competitions. We're always there for each other, and we just always count on each other. So when we need like support in the crowd and stuff, so it's just like I love when Unity comes together for like the school parties, the games and stuff. Like we are one big good family together.
Oh, that's great. That makes me happy to hear you guys say that. I have a question. Oh, I see a parent asked a question. How do you deal with bullying? How do the deans, how do the staff at Unity deal with bullying that might happen?
Well, for starters, I know that like we have this survey. So like throughout the year, they give us a survey and like they'll ask like, is there bullying? This and like they ask if there's bullying or is it being handled. And while you're in school, there's always an adult that you can talk to. So like there's never an instance where I could have never talked to an adult. There's always adults to talk to. So when you go talk to an adult, their first immediate response is try to nip the situation in the bud. That's like one thing about Unity. Whatever it is, like they always come for the benefits of the students. So like if you're going through like anything at home or like you're getting bullied at school, you can always talk to your counselors, your deans, any teacher. Like there's always a person there to support you.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
we have good counselors at the school that you can talk to if you're going through anything, or if you don't feel comfortable with like certain people. We have so many teachers that will be there for you if you need anything, or if you don't want to talk it out, you can always write it and give it to deans or somebody to talk to.
That's great. That's great to hear you both of you say that. I see a question. How good is the boys basketball team? I think we went undefeated this year, didn't we?
16-0.
That's
16.
incredible. Cool. I see a question. How do you feel about girls playing male sports? I don't think our teams are necessarily divided by gender because Tashara was playing on the boys team this year, right?
Yeah, last year she was playing on the boys team. The boys are really like open to like girls playing. Like there's no such thing as a boys sport. So like the boys are open. Like if you want to play and there's not enough girls on the basketball team, you could definitely play on the boys basketball team. So like it's never a instance where it's like, oh, that's a girl sport, or that's a boy
Yeah.
sport. Like every sport is anybody's type of sport.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody asked, is there soccer for girls? Was there a girls soccer team this year? I don't remember.
Yes, I believe.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
I don't think we got the chance to.
Got it.
No, there was a soccer team, but like it wasn't as no one really wanted to be on that team. So like there was only a limited amount of people, and you need a certain amount of people to play. So
Got it. And I know also, just so our potential applicants know, sometimes if we don't have a specific sports team, like our football team, we actually joined up with another high school in the area where our Unity Prep students had the opportunity to play on their high school team. So it was like a joint effort. So that was pretty cool. Great question. Thank you, Miss Wright. What colleges did you guys apply to? What are your plans for next year?
Oh, so
Leslie, you want to go first?
yeah, I applied for Gutman, Brooklyn Tech, City Tech, and another college, two more colleges. I just forgot the name. But today, with my counselor, Mr. Gonzalez, I just committed to Gutman Community College.
Yay, friends! Congratulations!
Thank you.
I applied to a lot of schools. So I applied to like Oswego, Norfolk State, Bowie, Temple, University of Bridgeport, Clark Atlanta, Howard, Spelman. I got 12 acceptances right now, so I have options. That's one thing I have to say about Unity. Like the counselor, the college counselor, they really help you. So and after high school, I'm going straight to college because
me too.
I gotta go straight to college.
That's great. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. That's great to hear. I see a question from Toya. Do you offer tutoring to students who require additional assistance?
Yes. We have office hours. Does Unity offer tutoring? Yeah, Unity does. So we have days that we have office hours.
Yep. So we have office hours, and sometimes we have even Saturday tutoring programs as well. That's awesome. Thank you all. What else do we got? How is the wrestling team? Oh, I don't know about the wrestling team. Do you guys know anything offhand about that?
No, we don't have
a wrestling team this year.
I don't think we had one this year, but again, I see a lot of questions about athletics, which is great. The more students we have interested in a particular sport, we can definitely make that sport happen. So even though we didn't have wrestling this past year, I know our middle school had wrestling. So if there's enough students that want to join a wrestling team next year, let's make that happen. Our sports change a little bit year to year. I see a question.
Unity allows us to like advocate for different sports. So like create a petition. If you have enough students, you give it into the deans or you give it into like the head of the athletics department, and then they'll make it happen for you. So it's never like they will never say no. If you have enough people, if you have like if you have enough people and you ask for help, they will help you.
Good point. Yep. I love that. Do you have to maintain a certain average or grade point average to play a sport?
A 2.5.
Yeah.
There you go.
With Unity, they make sure that your grades come before anything. Like your education becomes before anything. So they make sure that your grades are up, you're doing good in class, like your behavior, your attendance. So all that comes before like I guess the sports. They want you to do good in school for you to graduate and stuff. Like with STEP, our coach makes sure we're up with our grade, we're doing good. She gets good reports from our teachers, and we doing what we have to do. So they help you out with certain things.
Cool.
In order to be on a team, you only can have one F. If you have more than one F, you cannot be like they will put you on academic probation.
So it makes it sound like academics come first.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thanks for sharing. Do scholars get help in finding and applying for scholarships?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. And so yes,
our counselors, Ms. Ross, Ms. Simon, and Mr. Gonzalez will help you with that.
That's awesome.
Aside from that, they help us like go into programs. Like for example, me, I'm in a program called Caesar Fortune. It's a 501c3 program that helps women of color apply for scholarships, get enough money, like learn financial literacy. So like Unity gives us the opportunity to apply to other programs to help us with that, aside from Unity just helping us.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. How have either of you guys taken an art class with Miss Glickman?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in her class now.
How would you describe the arts program?
If it wasn't for, go ahead.
Okay, I say our class now is like it's really creative and different. because I never took art before, so I say like with Miss Glickman, she gets really creative when it comes to like different arts, and we try different like new things that I didn't know you could make art out of. So it's like I say it's fun, and it's something good to do.
Yeah, Ms. Gluck. I feel like Ms. Gluckman, she goes out of her way a lot to one, like find us different opportunities outside of school. So like there was various like there was a Vans competition that she allowed us to partake in. There's other like you could put your work in museums and different exhibits. So like she actually helps you. Like if it wasn't for Ms. Glickman, I would never got into drawing and painting and all that good stuff.
Cool, that's awesome. We love Miss Glickman. She's great. And then, in addition, just so you guys know, we have parents. Just so you know, we also offer an advanced placement art portfolio class, so students can submit their portfolio to try to get that college credit that I mentioned earlier in the art class. Does Unity only offer advanced Regent diploma? What is the GPA to graduate? So in order to pass your classes, it is a 70, whereas it might be a little bit lower at other schools. I see a question. Does Unity have fights, and how does the school handle them? Either of you guys want to take that question?
Wait, can you say that one more time?
Somebody asked, does Unity have fights, and if so, how does the school handle them?
Leslie, would you like to answer that?
You can go first.
Okay, so honestly speaking, I feel like every high school has altercations, but like I said before, Unity tries its best to nip every situation in the bud. They're really like big on discipline, like our deans are big on discipline. So like if you don't want to get suspended, don't get into a fight because like whatever you do and is gonna have a consequence, Unity's not gonna sugarcoat it. They're actually gonna give you that consequence. They're gonna speak to your parents about the consequence, so you can understand that Unity is not the place to fight in. It's a place to learn.
Yep. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Cool. What is the percentage rate for graduation? Ooh, great question. So this June we're gonna have our first graduation ceremony. So hopefully 100%. So we actually don't have a graduation rate yet because we haven't because Leslie and Sarah that are on the phone right now, they're part of our first ever graduating class. Cool. I do not see any other questions coming in. So I wanted to give a huge thank you to Leslie and Sarah for joining this afternoon.
Thank you.
Of course, I hope you guys stay safe and stay well along with your families. And if you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Dosher, I am still here. Any last minute questions, I'm happy to take them now. Otherwise, the next steps that I mentioned earlier, we will be reaching out to accepted students via email, text message, and calls, and we'll be having phone call registrations throughout the months of April and May. I see another question. Do we share your building? Nope, we've got our own building. We are at 584 Driggs Avenue. We are very fortunate to be in private space with a full-size gym. Cool. So with no other questions, I just wanted to say thank you again for everybody who joined, and we are wrapping up.